Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Majestic Nights, and thank you for watching. Majestic Nights is a action-adventure stealth game, guys, with an 80s over-the-top aesthetic and theme, you know, from the music to the clothes to even the 80s conspiracy. It all screams 80s. Sometimes a little bit too much at certain scenes, but, you know, you'll see what I mean in a bit. It also really reminds me of Shadowrun, with the way they kind of treat their dialogue and the progression through the game, and you'll also, just the way the game's treated. You'll see what I mean in a bit, guys. Majestic Nights released on Steam October 2014, but this is just the first couple of episodes. It's an episodic game, kind of like Wolf Among Us and those type of games, so it will see more content later down the road. It was developed and published by Epiphany Games. You can go ahead and get Majestic Nights in two forms, episodically, like I said, for just about $5 a pop per episode, or $19.99 for the whole thing, a season pass which comes with every episode that'll be developed and some music, and you don't have to worry about purchasing further episodes. Which I do have a little bit of an issue with the way they have it priced currently, because as it stands, there's two chapters. There's chapter 0 and chapter 1. You can buy a chapter 1 for $4.99, but they're both rather short. I mean, I beat chapter 0, which is I think it's the demo, in about less than an hour, and from what I understand, the other one isn't much longer. So I kind of just have a slight issue with the way it's priced. But on the other hand, I will say that they do have a demo, and I would highly recommend playing the demo first, and if you enjoy the game, then purchase the season pass, which will probably be more worth it once all of the episodes are released. But as it stands, it's just a little bit strange for the way it's priced and how much gameplay you're going to get out of it. So just keep that in mind, guys. But like I said, the game has a really interesting aesthetic to it all. It really reminds me of Shadowrun as you're kind of progressing forward and dealing with these conspiracies. The world's completely about conspiracies, basically. All the conspiracies that you guys heard about in the 80s, or just in general, basically were all true. The moon landing was fake. JF Kennedy was an alien. Just any conspiracies, they basically say were all real, and that's kind of what they're building the story off of. And you basically go from there. And there's a lot of 80s pop culture references and all sorts of that kind of thing, guys, that you can expect. We're going to go ahead and jump into the game here. We're going to look at the options, of course. The game basically does feature controller support. It works perfectly fine with my controller. I'm going to play with the keyboard and mouse. I just find it to be a little bit more intuitive for me with playing with the keyboard and mouse. But you do have that option available to you. You basically have kind of this simplistic graphics manipulation, VSync. That's basically it. You can change the resolution. Other than that, not really much more to speak of in the options here. So we're going to go ahead and hit chapters here, and we're going to basically take a look at what we got here. Like I said, there is the season pass thing. Basically allows you to kind of see what each chapter will be called. I beat chapter 0, which was Sunset After Dark, and it basically kind of, I'm not going to say it sets the stage, well, it kind of does, for chapter 1, but overall, the story is rather confusing. You'll see what I mean in a bit. It basically does have 3 difficulty modes: easy, normal, and hard. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put it on normal. The game is either going to be incredibly easy for you, or you're going to find it insultingly hard. Because the combat system is not necessarily the most sharpest thing in this thing's shed, is the best way to describe it. Basically, kind of start the game off, you are hired to hunt down the guy that you played as in Chapter 0, whose name was Cardholder. I'm going to skip a lot of the dialogue here. The reason I'm going to skip a lot of dialogue here is because I've done this dialogue actually quite a bit, and that's one of the issues I actually have with the games, that you kind of repeat dialogue a lot in this game. But you can see also what I mean by almost the Shadowrun aesthetic. You get like an avatar and then several options that you can pick through. Now, there is certain options that you can pick that will make the game easier for you, but for the most part, you're going from A to B, and that's it. There is no A to C, there is no A to D, there's just straight A, B, then, going down the line, basically just moving through the story in a very linear way. So basically, you can see right here, I can simply hit the numbers. Enough with the pleasantries. Tell me again about who's the mark, How much are you paying? You can also hit the space bar and it'll kind of skip conversations, just let you read all at once. How about in advance? There we go. We got a wad of cash. My kind of. Who's the mark? Known only as card holder. Again, that is the guy that you play as in the demo. I guess that's him. Man, he's an ugly guy. And you're basically there. You're here to hunt him down. You've been hired. Why? You're not really 100% sure. You're not here to ask questions. You're just here to do a job and get it done. So again, I'm just going to skip a lot of dialogue, even though the dialogue is kind of one of the main, features of the game. It's the way they talk, the way, it's the themes, the way the characters look right now. It's all very kind of, 80s-esque and full of pop culture references, like I said. We're looking for this ghost of yours. We're looking for this ghost of yours, I mean. Cardinal's last known residence. Here. Doors behind you. I'll be in touch. I think it was much more likely that I'll be in touch with you first, Cal. Good hunting. Leave. There we go. And now we're kind of free to do whatever we want. We're officially in control of our character. As far as the controls go, I'm going to answer the phone again. Good grief. As far as the controls go, I will explain that after this conversation. This is just a friend of yours. Oh no, this is actually the guy who supposedly hired you. And you could basically have a long conversation with him. Like I said, there's a story here. It's kind of all about conspiracies and agencies and people looking for the truth, but it doesn't really explain why any of this is happening or why these people are doing this. It's because they are. That's the best way to describe it. And that can be just a little bit confusing. And that's one thing that I kind of found weird. Like in Chapter 0, you would think they would take the time to kind of explain the universe to you, what your motives are, what the conspiracies are, and they don't. And it's just a little weird for me because it's kind of like it just thrusts you into a situation, and it's basically go from there. Not only that in that regard as far as the story, but also in the gameplay mechanics, because the gameplay there's no tutorial at all. You kind of are just kind of thrown out there. You're not taught how to do anything. You don't know how to shoot. You don't know how to move practically. I mean, it didn't tell me how. It didn't say use WASD. All it kind of said was, hey, you're here, basically go do stuff now. Again, this is just, there's like little bonus objectives. This guy who's calling me, I'm going to tell him to go do it with himself. Again, basically, there's no tutorial, I guess is the best way to say. You can hit Q, and that'll basically bring up options for you to, check out. You could just head straight out right now and basically leave your apartment without your stuff, but you kind of need your things to get through the game. Like for instance, like you can also see, again, also reminds me like Shadowrun aesthetics. Everything that you can interact with is glowing in some form or manner, so you kind of know what you need to interact with. So for instance, like your safe, a mysterious dossier, we take that, our couch, which has a bandolier, and this thing which has of course we all store our knives in the bookcase. Why wouldn't we put our knives in the bookcase, guys? I mean, realistically, why wouldn't we? So like I said, you kind of moved around with WASD. Normally, you would use your right mouse button to activate like kind of like an action mode, which would allow you to do things, either kick or stab or shoot. I can't do it right now because I'm not in an action situation. You can also see that everything that's kind of filing through up there as I took items. And you basically can interact with items by pressing E, and that's kind of simplistically it. As far as buttons control, I'm not even sure if the controls are rebindable. Nah, it doesn't look like no. So that's basically as far as controls goes. You can also hold down the shift button. Where is going on here? Okay, I got that. Thank you. Can I have resume now? There we go. You can also have the shift button down to kind of run around, which basically allows you to be a little bit more faster, a little bit more, get things done a little bit more quickly. And like I said, it has a really, to me, it screams Shadowrun. The way the art style itself is pretty gorgeous. I like the way everything looks. These bottles, her desk, herself, her clothes. It looks very Shadowrun-esque to me. And the way they kind of painted everything and how you manipulate all the objects and everything that goes on. Even though I just walked through that door, which was kind of silly. I can have phasing powers. And you kind of move from area to area, kind of like you did in Shadowrun. You kind of move from event to event, and it creates a new map, and then you move through that map, complete the objective, and then you move to another map. And that's what I meant, what it really reminded me of Shadowrun Returns, the way things are handled. So right now we're entering kind of like a combat situation, and this is where we're kind of like the stealth mechanic. So when you see the shadows, I'm invisible. They could walk up to me in my face, they could stare at me. I am invisible as long as I'm in the shadows. So you kind of have to use the shadows to your advantage. Okay, well, you can see the screen kind of turns dark. Now, you see a little symbol appeared there. That symbol basically allows me to kind of get into cover. Again, by the way, an example of how invisible I am. Basically allows me to get into cover. If I wanted to, I could like stab somebody, or if I had a gun, I could shoot them. But because I don't have a gun right now, all I have is my knife. So I'm going to try to kill somebody here. To give you an example of what that's like. I'm going to actually, I'm going to aim to probably kill her or this guy. I'm not really sure. We'll see. Okay, here we go. So he's dead. Let's head back in the shadows here. Is she alarmed at all? Nope. She just walks over his dead body. She doesn't even care. Oh, she did spot me because of the dead body, I guess. Okay. Oh, I got killed. Okay. So maybe I guess she did react in some form or manner to the dead body. But she didn't react for a little while there. She was just like dead inside. She just had no emotional reaction to what happened to that guy's dead body. So this time let's aim to kill her in that bathroom instead of killing that guy in the main hallway. Let's see, yeah, basically let's try to like kill them individually while they are apart. So that way they're not alerted, hopefully, to each other's... why did she open that door? To each other's actions is the best way to describe it, I guess. So let's go ahead and sneak in. Die, 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 die. I guess they're all alerted now? How is he alerted? They don't know that I stabbed her. Do you think she screamed? I'm not really sure. It's okay, though, because they don't see her body. I don't think they're going to react all that much. Now there's a little bit of clipping issues. Like, for instance, I interacted with this thing even though I wasn't in the room with it, which is a little bit buggy. I could probably interact with that door even though I'm not in the room, for instance. And it's just little things like that that could make the combat system kind of wonky. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Haha, you can't get in. Stabby, 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 stabby. Close the door. What the hell is stabbing her through the wall? Oh, God. Okay. So this is just one of the perfect examples of just the slightly buggy combat system that is in the game, guys. It's not exactly the highlight of the game here, guys. And it has its issues. So they're all dead. I think we can just walk around kind of freely now. Okay. Oh, there's a phone there. I gotta interact with the phone. There we go. Dial office. Why the hell am I calling my own office? Okay, let's interact with that again. Let's go hang up, I guess. Okay. Let's just interact with this. There's a knife missing. Hello. Okay, I got the cigarettes, I guess. There's a sword over there. Nice, let's get the sword. I want the samurai sword. Hell yeah. Why? Okay, that's it. Do I get to use that? Can I use the katana? Let's go to our inventory system here. I forgot to mention the inventory system. You can basically kind of shuffle through it and you get to see every item that you're holding, like a bandolier, a wad of cash. I don't know why I'm swinging my blade, but I just am. Stop swinging, lady. It also lets you know your objectives, some of the case files. It looks like you can click on some of the information here and find things out, like about, the cardholder's address. It gives you a little bit more back info about, certain things here and there, which is really very useful, given that they kind of just drop you in the middle of a story and expect you to go from there. I don't really think there's anything else left for me to explore. Oh, here's a case. Hanley Rubik's business card. There's also a phone thingy over here. Why do I keep picking up phones? Who the hell is this? Okay, let's try that again. Nope. Didn't work. I didn't know there was another option for that, so that was basically it. So I killed everybody. Do Do I just leave now? Nope. Nope, not done, I guess. Why is she walking like that? What is she doing? Walk like a normal human being, you weird chicken-legged freak. Oh, okay, there's some stuff over here. That's what I forgot to play. Interact with. Received flyer. Uh-oh. Okay, I think we activated the scene. Okay. So we're now at the bar that you actually go to in Chapter 0. We're kind of following card holders' tracks is the best way to describe it. So they are kind of reusing some of the same areas, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Just you're kind of just following along, trying to find them again. And you probably have to talk to certain people, of course, have conversations. It looks like we need to. Let's click on this really quick. It says acquire information on card holders. So we got to just talk to a bunch of people here. I'm going to try to skip through this as much as possible. Have some information. Don't know nothing about nothing. The only one who does. Maybe go speak to Pinheiro over there. Okay, so we got to talk to some guy named Pinheiro. Again, we met this guy all in the Chapter 0, so I kind of know who all these characters are already. Kind of are. My friend Rubric is talking. Now, the one thing that is kind of, it can be a little bit frustrating is that there's usually only one way to navigate through these conversations to get what you're looking for. And usually have to follow a very specific dialogue tree to move forward. So I guess he's making a call. Can I kill him now? Okay, so we can talk to him again. That's mighty convenient. There ain't much Pristine can do for you. Remember that next time you're throwing dead presidents around. Where did you learn to talk? You've been watching too many movies. I beat it. Wise ass. Anything else you can tell me? I try not to know much. Not even for a few more presidents. Yeah, well, 20912. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Okay, so I guess we go follow Piscine's tip. So I guess we kind of navigated through that pretty successfully. We can leave now. Of course, there's still a couple extra characters to interact with. We can go to the bathroom and interact with some people here. I don't understand what this green slime stuff is on the floor. I think someone took a huge dump or vomited everywhere. I guess that's basically it. I'm walking through doors. Yeah, just the story itself can be just rather... it can be rather linear at times. It's kind of a A to B type of situation, and why does she keep walking like that? And there really isn't much, else you can do, as far as you can do in the storyline, though. It's not necessarily a bad thing, though. I will say the storyline is very... Okay, so I guess I'm dead. So when you get hurt, by the way, the screen turns like it does like a cod. It gets like all bright red around the edges here. Why do I have the sword if I can't use the sword? Can I switch weapons? Oh, okay, so I have to roll the mouse up to switch weapons. I had no idea I could do that. I literally just did that, just kind of offhandedly. That guy's gonna try to kill me. Why does he have a sword? Do people? Oh god, he has a gun. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yep. I'm dead. Okay, let's try this a little bit more stealthily. Maybe we can pull this off. This is a thing that can be kind of annoying. You gotta have to go through scenes all over again every time you die, which can be a little bit frustrating to say the least. Okay, I'm gonna try to attack these guys from behind here. Okay, come on, pull out. Go towards the cover. Wow! 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 I'm like Kill Bill, baby. Wow! Oh god, he hit me though. He got me good before he died. Okay. Oh god, I'm being shot. I'm being shot. I'm being shot. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, that guy with the gun has got to go. Where's that guy with the gun? Where'd he come from? Okay. Let's there he is. Okay, so I guess we gotta talk to this guy. Terrified biker. I like his avatar. That's pretty cool. I like that thing going on here. Hey, I didn't do nothing. What you did? What didn't you do? Nothing, like I said. Better tell you about your deal. If nothing else. Nothing then. Oh, what? You really want to find out? No, man. Tell me about the scene. He sells us drugs. Some seems kind of small time to be selling very much, lady. It ain't the quality as much as the quality. The stuff you get at the Whiskey Man, the Whiskey A Go-Go, everyone knows that shit fucks you up good. Why? What else have I got to do except get loaded? I mean, why the whiskey, moron? People say it's a military grade or something. Sure as hell feels like it. I want to know why Pristine sent me here. Now that I can't tell you. Don't know much, do you? Never been a problem before unless we... Are you going to kill me? Yes. He's dead. I killed him. Is there anything to interact with in this place? Guess not. Alright, so we're making a little bit more progress. I guess that's some hyper gel on the floor there. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Alright, let's hide behind the door. 2 guys, 1 swish. I like it. Worked out pretty well for me. Okay, let's open the door. Who the hell is that? Who cares? Get him! You keep wailing on that. Okay, I'm gonna close the door. Oops. And I'm just gonna swing as they come at the door. Yep, there you go. That's all I had to do. Are you gonna come at me? You gonna come at me, bro? He's dead. Let's look through here. You can find a gun. Objective failed. Find card holder. I guess we failed our objective. I don't know why. I'm not really sure what's going on anymore. Rand Corp notes. Okay. Cool, I guess. Yeah, so it's just, you know, aesthetically, like I said, the game's cool. I enjoy the way the game looks. I think all the way everything's hand painted, everything the way it looks. It all looks really cool. There's like mini games and puzzles in the game. Sometimes you have to like find like crack open a door or you know, like pick a lock. Not much of a tutorial to explain that to you, and it can be a little bit frustrating when you fail it, like, and you didn't know why you failed it or how you failed it or what you were supposed to do in the first place. I love that these guys just get slaughtered and they're just like, hi there. There you go, you're dead. I'm just going around wantonly murdering everybody here. And I think that's everything I can do in this place, I'm pretty sure. Some more evidence that I need to collect here. Okay, this is like some sort of porn studio here. Not really sure what's going on. Not really sure at all, huh? The game does feature a whole host of steamy goodness. Steam cards, Steam achievements, all that good kind of stuff, guys. I think that's it. Let's check. Let's hit Q. Okay, so I guess we failed. I guess we gotta redo it all over again, or... I'm not really sure. Let's go in here. Let's continue exploring. And there is a door right here that leads into the bathroom. All right, let's just leave then. I think we're done. There's not much else we can do. Yep, there you go. So I guess there is a little bit of diversity in the directions that you can go in. So that's something at least. They didn't have that as much in Chapter 0 than they do in this one. Let's go back to Piscine. And I do like that. At least there is a little bit of a split decision as to where you can go in this game, guys. But yeah, in all, when you die, though, you kind of have to repeat the same conversations over again. And that can be a little bit frustrating. You have to repeat everything kind of over and over again. Man, that guy looks crazy as hell. And that can just be a little bit frustrating depending on the scene. Like if you get grabbed by somebody, or depending on what happens, it can just be very repetitive over and over again of seeing the exact same thing over, depending on if you die or if it's like right before a scene or a conversation. I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her. I don't know if I'm supposed to be. There we go. I love how everybody has swords. Like, this is like a normal thing in the 80s to carry a katana with you at all times. But yeah, the game also has like this loaded with pop culture references, and it's really cute, guys. So just let me just say, guys, I don't dislike Majestic Nights. I just think it's one of those games that doesn't have a middle ground. You either love it or hate it. You know, you either dig the 80s aesthetics and the Shadowrun-esque conversations, and you don't mind the buggy combat system, or you hate it because the story is kind of linear, the game is confusing, it doesn't really explain anything to you, and the buggy combat system. I think that's why reviews are kind of split about this game. I can see where the developer was going with this game, and I think with a few patches and fine-tuning, the next chapters could be interesting. As far as replay value goes, really, you know, there isn't as much. Like, the story is very linear, but you know, you have that option in case you can go in two different directions, which I just saw right here. There isn't any of that in Chapter 0. So I guess it does have a little bit of replay value as far as Chapter 1 goes, but Chapter 0 not as much. I had fun with it, guys. I got a couple of chuckles out of the game. Some of the scenes. I highly, and without a shadow of a doubt, recommend downloading the demo first before purchasing the game, guys. So big thanks to the developer for a chance to check out this game. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share. I'll keep bringing you awesome games, guys. Until next time, play more indie games.